Thousands of people clicked, at home, in classrooms, in libraries, and the moment they did, it was already too late. They didn't download anything. They didn't install a single file. All they did was open a web page, and then it began. A black screen. You are an idiot. 3 smiling faces staring right at you. A laugh playing over and over, like the whole internet was laughing in your face. It didn't look dangerous, but the second you tried to close it, everything exploded. Every click opened more windows. Every attempt to shut down the browser was useless. The windows multiplied like your computer was possessed. The system froze, the mouse stopped responding, and the only thing left was that laugh. That page wasn't just a prank. It was a trap built for one purpose, to humiliate you. For years it spread like a dare. Messenger, email, forums, everyone warned you about it. And still, people kept falling for it. Hundreds of thousands of users around the world got caught. And yet, to this day, nobody knows who created it, or why. A single page that marked an entire generation, not because of what it did, but because of how it did it. This is the mystery of "You Are an Idiot." To understand how something this simple caused so much chaos, you have to go back to the early 2000s. The internet looked nothing like it does today. There were no social networks as we know them. Most homes didn't have Wi-Fi. People connected through dial-up modems that screeched and buzzed, and if someone picked up the phone, your connection died instantly. You browsed with Internet Explorer 5 or 6. Most websites were basic, with loud colored backgrounds and buttons that looked like they were drawn in paint, and yet everything felt new. Everyone published whatever they wanted, with no filters and no clear rules. It was a place ruled by curiosity, but also by ignorance. No content filters, no verification systems, and antivirus software was little more than an icon in the corner of your screen. And in the middle of all that, the first big viruses appeared. I Love You was one of the first to unleash real chaos. You'd get an email from one of your own contacts with that subject line, "I love you." People opened it out of curiosity. Maybe someone actually meant it, and the moment you did, the virus deleted files, copied itself, and sent itself to everyone in your contact list. In days, millions of computers went down. Then there was Melissa, a message with a Word document attached. Open it, and it forwarded itself to the first 50 contacts in your email, turning your own computer into a delivery service for the virus. And then there were the Trojans, disguised as songs, pirated games, photos. Open one, and you handed over everything. Your files, your passwords, your webcam. The fear was real, but people still didn't fully understand it. And in the middle of all that noise, something different appeared. A page, a domain, a message so simple it looked like a bad joke, but it became one of the most infamous attacks of its era. It didn't want your banking information. It didn't want to spy on you. It didn't even try to hide. It just showed up on your screen, pointed at you, and laughed. And there was nothing you could do to stop it. It was born in an era where nobody imagined a simple web page could break your entire system. For a lot of people, it was the first time they realized the internet wasn't all fun and games. But before the world knew it as "You Are an Idiot," this virus had another name. It was called Office. That was the first recognized form of the program, and according to the oldest records, it appeared in early 2002. And this is where things get murky. Nobody knows for sure where it first showed up. Some say it was uploaded to a website that no longer exists, and when you try to trace its digital footprint, all you find are contradictions. Users on old forums claimed they found it hidden on adult sites, buried under random names. The few technical records that survive link it to a file called Trojan JS Office, documented by some antivirus companies at the time. But even that is incomplete. And here's the strange part. That first wave didn't work. It went almost completely unnoticed. The file was there. The code was there. But it was missing one thing. It wasn't until months later that it resurfaced, this time on a different site, a domain with a far more tempting name. YouDon'tKnowWhoIam.org. And that's when the phenomenon took shape, the first real version of the virus as we know it today. The page carried a script, and that script made all the difference. The moment you landed on the site, a flash file executed automatically. It didn't ask for permission. It didn't ask anything. white text on a black background, one sentence in Times New Roman, "You are an idiot," and three smiling, almost childlike faces that never stopped staring at you. But that wasn't the worst part. The page wouldn't let you leave. Every time you tried to close it, it opened again. Every closed tab spawned several new ones. The browser flooded with windows until the entire system locked up, all without downloading a single thing. A trap disguised as a joke, a virus that didn't hide. It told you up front, you are an idiot, and if you clicked, you proved it yourself. So far, that's the part almost everyone already knows, but how it actually worked, and who created it, and why nobody's ever been able to prove it, is the part almost nobody gets right. Subscribe if you want to see it, and let me know in the comments if you'd ever heard of this page before. So, how was it even possible? How could a simple web page crash an entire computer without downloading anything, without installing a program, without asking for a single permission? The answer lies in two technologies that were transforming the internet at the time. The first was JavaScript, a language that's the backbone of every modern website today, but back then it was still new and incredibly flexible. It could execute actions directly inside the user's browser, with no warnings and no confirmation windows. Simple things like moving elements around the screen, all the way up to creating infinite loops of pop-up windows. The second technology was Flash Player, the animation tool that powered games, website intros, and media players. "You are an idiot" used Flash to display the message, the laugh, the smiling faces, the flashing colors, everything that trapped you visually and drowned you in sound. But it wasn't Flash that froze your computer. That was JavaScript's job. While Flash played the laugh on loop, JavaScript fired the pop-ups. 6 new windows for every single click. They bounced around your screen and never stopped. The volume cranked itself up. You couldn't lower it. You couldn't mute it. If you closed Windows with Alt F4, more appeared. Control Alt Delete didn't respond. The system simply collapsed, and the only thing left to do was hold down the power button. And when you turned it back on, nothing. No traces. No infected files. Your computer was exactly the same as before. The only things left behind were the memory, the sound, and the embarrassment. And it worked especially well on the computers of that era. In 2002, most PCs had less than 512 megabytes of RAM. That's roughly 8 to 16 times less memory than the phone in your pocket right now. And memory is everything. Open too many windows, and the RAM fills up. When it fills up, the whole system locks. That's exactly what the virus exploited. Today, a computer can handle dozens of tabs at once. In 2002, you were lucky to have 2 things open before everything slowed to a crawl. On top of that, Internet Explorer 5 and 6 were vulnerable by design. They didn't block pop-ups, and they didn't limit simultaneous processes. So, when the page started multiplying, the processor maxed out, the memory spiked, and the entire machine froze within seconds. Many computers locked up. Others force restarted. Some of the oldest ones didn't survive at all. On a technical level, it was a very basic attack, but it hit at such a vulnerable moment in internet history that its effect was devastating. It didn't need to infect you, it just used your own browser against you. But it was April 16th, 2004, when everything truly exploded. A brand new website appeared, dedicated entirely to the virus, youareanidiot.org, a name that was direct, simple, and impossible to forget. Behind that domain, one name appeared in the official public records, Andrew Regner, and beyond that, nothing. The site was essentially a mirror of, "You don't know who I am." Andrew took the script and dropped it into his own page, and between 2005 and 2012, it became something much bigger than a prank. It became a phenomenon, an icon, and above all, a trap. Back then, YouTube didn't exist yet, and Facebook hadn't even reached most countries, but that didn't stop this page from becoming one of the most shared links on the entire internet. Chain emails, forums, early blogs, Messenger, MySpace, public chat rooms. It was a dare. Do you have the guts to click? The trick was in the framing. The message wasn't "click here." The message was, "You're not going to click, because you're not that much of an idiot, right?" Thousands fell for it, and not just once. It spread between friends, classmates, even complete strangers. The internet filled up with warnings. Forum threads titled, "Do not enter this website." It was useless. For every warning, there was another user waiting to laugh at you. Then came the legends. Some said the virus wiped your hard drive. Others swore it watched you through your webcam. Some claimed the site was run by Chinese, Russian, or Japanese hackers. None of it was true. But the fear was planted, and that fear made even more people want to click. It showed up in memes, in creepypastas, in hidden references buried in forums. It was part of internet culture, and it never needed an ad campaign. It only needed one thing: someone willing to click. "You Are an Idiot" became one of the most viral pranks in internet history. And yet, nobody knows for certain who created it. Some believe it was the work of a lone troll. Others point to old forum communities like 2channel, where the original flash file allegedly appeared first in Japanese. Some even claim the author went by the name Daki, a name found inside older versions of the flash file itself. Andrew Regner is the only person who appears in the official records. He registered the domain in 2004, and that's it. No photos, no posts, no activity beyond that registration. But one thing has never added up. How did he get access to the original script? In 2002, cloning a website wasn't easy. There were no one-click tools, especially not for a page that vanished as quickly as, "You don't know who I am." Did he have direct access to the file? Was he part of the same circle where the virus was born? Whatever the answer, it wasn't a coincidence. And that only feeds the suspicion that Andrew was never just a bystander. Years later, the website was sold to an unknown company, and that opens another possibility. Andrew could have been the creator of everything. The virus, the different pages, a handful of fake forum accounts would have been enough. A few posts about a cursed website, a few more warning people never to enter it, and curiosity would do the rest. Did he write the code himself? Did he simply buy it? There's no hard evidence. Only lost messages on forums that no longer exist. With no face and no confirmed author, the figure behind the virus became a legend, a digital ghost. Someone who apparently wasn't chasing fame or money, just a mark on history. And he got it. Over time, "You Are an Idiot" faded away. But the laugh never did. The original code stopped working, and Adobe Flash was officially killed off. But that didn't stop the internet. Clones appeared. One of the best known is youareanidiot.cc, a harmless replica built by a user called Enderman. Same animation, same sound, but no pop-ups and no malicious scripts. It was rewritten in HTML5 to run in modern browsers, with the code published openly on GitHub. In 2013, a YouTuber specialized in computer viruses, known as DanoOct1, launched You Are an Idiot 2.0, not as an attack, but as an experiment, proving the same effect could be recreated years later. But some clones went darker. Versions were distributed as executable files, some disguised as Word documents, keyloggers, backdoors, real Trojans that stole your data or controlled your system in the background. They circulated through pirate download sites and hidden forums. They never reached the fame of the original, but they were a genuine threat. Today, if you search for it, the results are still there. Pages, videos, clones. Some still work, but they don't hit the same. Chrome, Firefox, and Safari all block pop-ups by default. Try to replicate the original behavior, and the browser simply shuts it down. As an attack, You Are an Idiot is officially dead. What remains are tributes and parodies with the same look and sound, but without the sting. And yet, one question still hangs in the air. Could something like this come back? Not in the same form. Systems are far more secure now, but technology has changed too. And in theory, anyone with time and curiosity could build something new. Something that doesn't try to rob you, just make you lose control. Because in the end, that's all this page ever did. It didn't attack you, it laughed at you. You Are an Idiot was a prank, a virus. But above all, it was a test of just how vulnerable we are to the simplest tricks. Thousands fell for it. Regular users, curious kids, experts. Everyone was equally defenseless against a page that did nothing except make a fool out of you. So, who's the real idiot? The one who clicked or the one who built the trap? If you want more stories like this one, subscribe, because some of them are even harder to explain than this one.